Hey everyone, the Wagon Wheel of Wisdom here. Please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell notifications down below if you haven't already. Good morning, folks, and welcome back to another episode of the Wagon Wheel of Wisdom. I am Kevin, your host. Behind me, as usual, beautiful wagon wheel. And I don't know if there's any wisdom left up here. So this morning's video is a confession about yesterday. Yesterday I smoked a little weed and realized in a hurry why I shouldn't do that. So number one, first confession, is I smoked. Number two, I got on Bumble, the dating website, and created a profile. Again, don't know why, just did. And I saw my former partner on there. And I clicked the like button. Now to recap, we haven't spoke in 4.5, 5 months now. She broke up with me, said a couple incredibly hurtful things to me, and I retaliated by saying some insanely shitty things back to her, and she blocked me. So it was well earned and well deserved. Any attempt, in the meantime, I've been, it's been blocked. It's been any email I've sent has never been responded to, and yeah, she's gone dark. Well, so as on Bumble, I liked her profile. I, again, don't know why I did. I mean, for obvious reasons to us out there, but when I think about it, I still don't know why I did it. But she liked me back, and I went to coach my son's football game, and when I got back to the car, I noticed there was a message from her on there, and this is the first message I've heard from her. And she replied back with, "Please stop." She was nice about it and just said, "Please stop. With everything that was said, there's no chance of a reconnection." And then she had said, "I hope you and your son are doing well, and please take care of you," she said. So that's the most I've heard from her in a long time. And it was, again, hard to read that, but at the same time, I guess it lets me know my place. And it's a hard realization to accept. I'm in a position to look at it a little bit differently now than I would have months ago. I replied back and just asked, "I hope one day you can forgive me for the things I said." I apologized again, and just knowing her, she's, even when we were together, she's a very unforgiving person. Her and her ex-husband just don't get along still. It's been 6-7 years. She has a hard time getting along with her parents. And listening to her talk when we were together, like, once you do her wrong in her head, you're off the island. So this is that part of her that I hope on this journey, if she is my twin, if she's a false twin, I guess I don't know how the hell at this point that could be the case, just with everything that's gone on. But if that's the case, I hope from one soul to another, she learns this act of forgiveness, because of, when, even just in my own experience, when you're living in the act of not forgiving people, you're not doing anything to that person. You're drinking the poison yourself and expecting them to die or suffer from it. And it's just, it's a terrible way to live. And how the universe shows you certain signs. Yesterday, I had a long conversation with my ex-wife about an issue she's going with her cousin, and just this whole, "I'm never talking to her again," blah blah. It's like, man, you guys, just love them from afar, accept that that's who they are, and move on. But to cut people out of your life completely like that, it's just, even my ex-narcissist, I have nothing but love for her, because I understand where her place was in my life. It was hard going through it. I still think she's, batshit crazy, which, most narcissists really are. But at the same time, I love her for who she is, because of what it helped me become and do in my life. I can't not look at the situation from a place of love and compassion. I used to look at it from a place of resentment, but as I said, that just hurt me more than it did actually looking at it from a place of compassion, love, and empathy. She is who she is. And that's sometimes what you have to chalk it up to. They don't know any better. they've had a rough childhood too, like, a lot of us have. So this is a confession this morning, and I just want to say that I'm not perfect out there in this journey either, and I miss my other part a lot. And I told her that. I actually called and left a voicemail after the exchange, and again, just sort of, and I don't do this, begged for forgiveness, but I realized yesterday, number one, that I shouldn't be smoking weed, and number two, just it was good to hear from her, but it was also good to know where my place was, I suppose, in a way. It, in a way, obviously, I've been holding out hope, and you could probably see it on the videos as such, but, that hope was diminished. But at the same time, she responded, which is a first. So I don't know what that means. Maybe the walls are coming down a little bit, but again, I don't know. I don't know where the hell this fucking journey leads half the time. I just know it's stressful, and I have my good days and my bad days like we all do, and we go through these emotional peaks and valleys a lot. And, it gets hard to hang on a lot of the times, but at the same time, I have to really just, like that book I'm reading, just surrender to this process, and it'll all in one way, shape, or form work it out. And like a woman said to me yesterday, you've survived 100% of your problems so far. It's like, yeah, that's a fair way to look at it. That's a good way to approach it. But so yeah, I had to come on here and confess to all of you that I certainly don't have all the answers for this journey at times, and I too fall into these pitfalls of thinking I can fix a situation that it's not up to me to fix at this moment in time. Instead of what we're all learning here, to release and accept the flow of life, I try to perhaps dictate and in a way manipulate it, and just realize that it's just not in the cards right now. And the things I said to her, and I talk about karma from a karmic perspective. I'm getting it because I again was a first class jackass to her with the things I said, and this is the reality of the regret that I have to live through, is knowing that. And but I too was told some pretty shitty things from her to me, and I know how to enact forgiveness. I know in those moments that she didn't mean those things. She just said them just like I did, out of fear, out of maybe in a way just wanting something to end, and then saying something crappy in the moment to make sure that that's the case. I don't know why people say stupid things, but I certainly am guilty of it, and very guilty of it in this pocket here. But it was actually nice to just hear from her. Like that was pretty cool. But now I've got some work to do, and now I've got to get back to the practices and disciplines that I've been working so hard on, and be a leader with this movement, be a leader for myself, and hopefully be that type of leader for all of you guys as well. But I just want you to know that I go through this real stuff just like all of you do, and it's a challenging journey. It's a challenging journey, and I know I tried to. The phone call to her, I had said, I was just talking to her message machine, and it just said that I feel this profound connection to you that I can't explain. I didn't try to explain it anywhere beyond that, but I just said, if at any point you can forgive me and still feel any sort of connection to me, hit me up. But that's where it's left. So I hope you're all well. Trying to enjoy my coffee and trying to make the best of today. I know it's just a point in time, and we're all working and hoping, wishing, wanting, similar things down the road. So, going to be one of those days for a little bit here. But anyway,